So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate how to apply Fritz's wax. As you can see here on the front, these two sections have already been cleaned. Here in North Carolina in the last 3 months, we've had some very nasty weather. We actually had a week where it snowed and rained, and this particular piece was left out there after I cleaned it. So you can see that there is not much rust on here. I'll clean this again, and I'll go ahead and I'll clean this front part with Fritz's wax as well, just to show you that it does remove the rust. What you're going to do first with any item is you're going to remove the hard stuff. What I'm doing is I'm just removing it right now with an aluminum piece, and then you can see some of the major chunks come off. I'm going to take the applicator pad. Now your applicator pad, the small one, will not be filled with Fritz's wax. Now I'm just going to remove some of that off here, the parts that I've taken off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fur side and I'm going to start rubbing. And as you can see, the wax is already applying itself on here. Now I'm going to be rubbing here for a very good time until I see some of that rust start coming to the surface. Going to get it nice and moist. As you can see, there's some rust here and dirt, and you can take a look here that it is completely, the area that I've worked, covered. Now I'm going to let this sit from anywhere from 15 to 10 minutes. Hello, and thanks for coming back. It's been 15 minutes since we've applied Fritz's wax with the applicator here, as you can see. What you're going to do now is you're going to grab a rag, any type of rag, to remove Fritz's wax and get some of that rust off. Now I noticed later on that we did have some pits in this particular rifle, and we'll bring that up to you. Know if you can see it, but right here you've got a lot of pitted area, and what I'm going to do is use a toothbrush and work Fritz's wax in there some more and get some of that rust out. Alright, so I've got just a kitchen rag here that I'm going to remove Fritz's wax on, and I'm going to use it a little briskly. And as you can see, that's the dirt and the rust that's come off. Now I am feeling some pits in here as I'm going across it because the cloth is getting caught on it. So I'm just working in one direction. And as you can see, here we have not the finished product yet, but as you can see, notice the difference here. Now I'm going to focus on the areas that were pitted with the toothbrush. Alright? What I've done is I've cut down the bristles of the toothbrush a little bit, give it a little bit more stiff. I'm going to just tap it into the wax. I'm going to work on that pitted area. And really get in there. And note that pitted area, not much rust in there anymore. Alright? Going to take that rag and I'm going to remove the remaining wax and rust. And you can see there is, from the area that I've cleaned, there's not any rust, especially in the pitted areas here. Now what I'm going to do, final step, going to go back to my applicator pad, going to fold it over, just to show you. I'm going to dip in the liquefied format, and I'm going to apply Fritz's wax on the area that I've cleaned. And as you can see, it's already getting hard as soon as I apply it. That's a good thing. And I'm going to rub it in. Wax on, wax off. Now, I have a choice. I can let this sit for another 15 minutes, or I can wait about 2 or 3 minutes and use the backside of the larger wipe and start rubbing this in as you would apply wax to your car or to your masterpiece, whatever you want to call it. Wax on, and then we're going to buff it out to a nice shine. Now you may apply this any which way that you want, but the way that I was taught by my father, who was taught by his father, who was taught by his father, is you apply it in circles. You sweep down and you apply in circles, wax on, sweep down until you're all done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask an assistant to actually hold this so that I can buff it out and show you how to use the other side, the clean side, to get a nice shine on your barrel here. Alright? Pam, would you mind assisting me here? Would you mind holding this here very hard? Because I'm going to buff it. I'm going to buff it like you would a shoe. Alright. Now, note, there's no more rust, except for the area that I've not cleaned. I'm running my finger over this, but I'm going to let Pam run her finger over this and let you know whether or not there's a light coat of wax on here. Alright, Pam? Is there a light coat of wax?
Just very, very light?
Just very light. Now, you can apply the wax and buff it to your heart's content and put a larger film on there to protect your masterpieces. I do it twice more buff it out really good, and then my weapons, rifles, masterpieces, they end up going in the closet, and that's it. And then I just grab them out and walk through the rain with them, and I don't have to worry about them getting rusted. And they're always going to look good with Fritz's wax. So, thank you very much. This was the metal part of applicating Fritz's wax. If you come to the gun shows, this particular piece will be with me so that you can touch and feel it. Stay tuned for the wood application version.